today and giving us the opportunity for the Liberian people to hear from us and exactly for us to contribute our own quota to this process. We want to use this occasion to thank ECOWAS, AU, the RCGL, EU, the international community, particularly the United States of America, for helping to bring lasting peace to this country. Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, I will ask at this time that you give me the opportunity in recognition of our fallen heroes for us to stand for the movement of silence in observing all those that were killed, murdered during the East Oakley Civil War from 1822 up to 1990. Can we please stand?
Shall we stand?
And please allow me to use my vernacular because I want to pray. And a few words. Can I, Mr. Commissioner? Nyoswao Kinyo Yusuo De Ajade, you know, De Ayide came on Bluamo, Oakla, Conyon de Woko. 1827 play Nade, me Aborigine, no ye plantation slave, Cogonyo, who don't run on your rousey, that Yade Tramuno, Begio, put the Amuapeo, Chair Amuapeo, Pen Wamuapeo, Meya Amuapeo, Amos Nuakle, Me, Cogonua, Me, wait, this and Sistan War. Cannon War, all the wars that will be the I want to quickly turn this in my vernacular, in English. We are saying that in recognition of those fallen heroes from 1822 up to now, we recognize them. We recognize the fact that this country, when the American Liberian came, plantation slaves, they met people on the soil. But because of their own personal greed, they have frontier forces, land seizure, deciding killing our people. When Dukley and others recognized that, they told our people not to sell land to them. Those that did not listen later on, they resolved to war. And the war started from that point up to Sistan War and up to even the Rice Riot before 1983, 1985 invasion, and 1989, December 24th, war. And this time, we want our Lord to bless this country. As we all sit here, we should not come here with just a white teeth and black heart pretending. And the commissioners here, God should bless them, and whatsoever they want to do here, it should be free of partisanship, or capitalism, favoritism, and whatsoever you will do, you are doing it, and the Liberian people are looking up to you. May God bless you. Thank you very much. Again, in continuation, Mr. Commissioner, we thank you very much for inviting us here at this point in time, after several decades of war, for us to come here for the Liberian people to listen to us, to hear our side based on allegations leveled against us, and politically contribute our quota to the ongoing process before the TRC. We thank you, and the Lord will strengthen your hand, and whatsoever you are doing here, it should be on the basis of fair play, justice, love, and put the country first. Because tomorrow, anything you do here, prosperity will judge you, if it is right or wrong. Having said this, I have a reservation and protest, which I want to use this occasion to present to you after my deliberate, after speaking. We believe that there are 4 important ethnic groups, key players in the Civil War. Crown people are not the aggressor, we are the aggrieved. And the war that came, invasion, war, revolution so-called by Taylor, the American Liberian / plantation slaves, both their children and what have you, sponsor and finance the war. As we speak, I see Honorable Stewart and Honorable Gerald Coleman from the American stock. I also see other Honorable Dolope. I also see you. I also see Madame Pierre Bou from the old order. And I see Omar Silla, who also supposed to be whether from where, but the Madingo and brother Sheikh Kavuma Kone. The point is amazing. At the end of the day, whatsoever you do here will be burning on the crown people. But whether you like it or not, we have to defend ourselves. We have to be the one to seek our own interests. But Liberia, as we are aware, we got a lot of insincere, devilish, uncouth and unkind citizens. Anything that concerns crown, they see it as being bad. But yesterday, when everybody was in open air and in slavery, the Vision 2024 of Taylor, that particular tyrannical government, nobody dared to stand. Men were around here wearing panties, jeans string, fine jeans string. We came in to liberate this country. The liberation today that was set the stage for you to be here, set the stage for the democratic dispensation. And we believe that you are doing things, do it honestly and sincerely. I don't know what yardstick was used. I am the framer of the peace accord, comprehensive peace accord in Accra. Being the framer, we said the intent and spirit of the TRC is to bring everybody together in order for us to come and our differences. What is happening to Crown and none of them here? If you talk about vetting, we said vetting. The vetting those committees that's supposed to occur on the voting process happen to be the United States government, the UN, ECOWAS, EU, AU, RCGL. And I believe we are qualified enough to be ready for a crown man to sit on a table with you. I think the World Council of Wisdom mentioned the same thing. Tomorrow, when you say, if you come out with a belly and we do not have that covenant and refuse to honor it, can you hold on to that? And the answer is no. I have taken the issue up with Your Excellency that wrote on after the appointment of the commission. Up to now, there's no result, no response, nothing. And I feel, indeed, constrained as one of the eminent leaders of the Crown people to use this public hearing, this opportunity to raise this, not only raise it, but to indeed send in a protest. And the protest cabinet are coming to you, the President, EU, ECOWAS, the International Committee, AU, ECOWAS, ERCGL, the Speaker, the Pro Tem, Chief Justice, and all important officials in society. We do not want tomorrow, if we do not respect you, respect this body that we have created, we will not make it our business to come here. We give you the honor and we respect you and respect this body, that's what we came. But Crown men, we are not like other people that play deceit. We don't keep things on mind. We don't play games. We are focused, we are frank, and we are sincere. I believe that's the reason people don't like us. Because anybody, as you say down here, Crown men moving peacefully, they are not even thinking about anything. Rebel kind of Grand Jide. What Grand Jide, for what? We have Our Excellency as President. We set the stage. I was Speaker. You asked the Election Commission, Madam Morris. We worked together to formulate the laws that today produce the young democracy. Why is it that you say that Grand Jide, people because security people want to eat money and make Crown people to low ugly? We are now for war. Crown men only resist, protect themselves if you bring war. And we never brought war in this country. All the world that can check the history, from 1983, it was Kuyongba and group. 1985 was the same Kuyongba and the Bio people, and the American Liberians, all of them and others, Tonia King and others, that you are not yet invited. They brought the war. From Aricos, Burkina Faso. And we see yet to say down here, I know you will invite Kwanu, you will invite Jerry Rowland, and you will invite Tonia King and Clarence Sampson, then the ACDL people that collect money and all to finance the war. I know you're going to do that. We are here to be frank with you. If we are not seated between you and myself, I'm going to be frank with you. Anything that you want to tomorrow, history that you are writing, and like people looking up to you, will not be part of it. You can write it. They go from here whatsoever, 5 continue on history whatsoever, from the green leaf constitution that honor that indeed excluded the aboriginal of this country until 1980. When Sawyer, as architect of the constitution, came though appointed them and canceled it, they revised and what have you today, and we talking about equal opportunity and what have you today. If the same thing will happen to us, that you will sit down and we will not be a part of it after the war upon wars, that against the crown people, we take serious exception. And having said this, I want to use this occasion to give your man the document, protest to you, to the commission, to be looked into now before we proceed with this process. Thank you very much.
Just one question. You said to be looked into now before we proceed. What exactly do you mean?
Yeah, I just said because I said orderly. If you have a protest sent to you as honorable member sitting down, you have to reach out or look into it and tell me. I just said to give you a protest that I want crown representation on the TROC commission and on the secretariat. Let me tell you one thing I got it. That way you sent to me. When a letter was sent to me telling me and rating me June 6th, George, the way you are here invited to appear as senior executive member of MPFL. Can George do be senior executive member of MPFL? When you did not say you limbo LPC or any organization, and you cannot stop them. Yeah. Honor the law constitutionally. No man is convicted. It is alleged until that person is taken to a competent court of jurisdiction. You send a letter and say, not linked, you are linked to human rights abuses. And therefore come, the commission want to know which they say link you. I asked my counselor, he wrote you back. I sent a letter here to you that under the law, I'm not indicted, I'm not convicted until it is proven. So if you sitting here with all these concerns, then what happened to other ordinary crown people that will be appearing before you? Now I heard you over radio yesterday, VOA, that George Bully have appeared on several occasions. But George Bully, if there's anything, through diplomatic means, will be brought before you. There's that when George Bully Tom Weah then, Tonia came there, the AB Tomo White that married to Blaise Kapari then, Jerry Rowland that financed the war, Libya President Gaddafi. You have the ability to bring them here? Do you have? Will you bring them? Will you bring one that killed Joe when they monster? Johnson was standing here at Brent Doe to ISIS. Will you bring that Blaise Kapari then? That be fair. Let us not play game. Will not recognize you if one man is not sitting here. I came to make you to know that we know you, the Liberian people, very well. Liberian people are the chicken. They eat your food and drag their mouth on the ground. All what we did, our brothers and sisters that died in the process to have the political dispensation today. Nobody recognized that. They don't know that. Nobody collected money when they were here. They wouldn't rooster. So when jungle they were here, they were beating them. So then they were punching them, as they were saying. Some of you are forced to four soldiers of the progressive, and some of them don't know that. They're sitting around here. Some of them are here today, making a lot of money, using the government, doing all sort of things. They're talking about democracy. We have democracy now. So we have to defend ourselves.
Okay, we are now moving to the substance of your presentation. Am I honest?
Until I'm giving you this.
Wait now, just a minute. Am I understanding you to say that until a crown person is seated here, you will not make your...
I want to even give me
Just a minute, please.
Yeah.
Am I understanding you to say that until a crown person is seated here, you will not make your presentation?
I am saying, and I stand to say it again, until this protest is looked into. And crown may join you for the issue of security and protection. We should address this protest first.
Well, let me just say this.
Please, can you give it to your...
You spoke in substance to what you termed to be your protest. And the first response would be, one, we didn't constitute ourselves as a commission.
No.
Two, you rightly said that you were one of those who were the architect of the CPA.
Yeah.
And I'm convinced you were in the country when the TRC Act was presented to the legislature.
Yeah.
That was since 2005.
Yeah.
And under the TRC Act, they have standards for qualification to be on the commission, and they have a selection panel, like you rightly said, that did this selection. There were requirements in terms of regional balance and all of that. There was no ethnic...
No, regional, correct.
Yes, there was no ethnic requirement that all ethnicity or all tribes should be represented on the commission.
Okay.
I'm sure and I'm convinced that if there was an ethnic requirement for membership to the TRC, all of these commissioners would not have accepted to serve, because we do not believe ethnicity is a standard for reconciliation and peace in Liberia.
Yeah.
We feel ethnicity has been part of the problems, and our country should rise above ethnicity.
Yeah.
So as you have come, we have welcomed you. Like you say, you wrote a communication in response to that June 6th. Okay, we heard, but I'm sure the Secretariat responded and you could resolve the differences that were there.
Never resolved them.
Well, if that's not the case, I'm sure your presence here is in response to an updated communication, I guess, because I heard about it. I didn't read the communication, and I said you were wrong for misnaming or misidentifying Honorable George Weah, because he has not served the NPFL and the lawyer was right. And then a subsequent communication should be written to clarify that. Okay, I think
I didn't receive it.
Maybe they wrote your lawyer. Since the lawyer wrote, I'm sure they responded to the lawyer. On the other question of the interview, I'm sure it's taken out of context, because I didn't specifically speak to to Honorable George Bole. There was a general question about what will happen to people who are outside of Liberia and need to come. I said, well, if the TRC gets to that point, there are available diplomatic and political means to ensure that people come if it is necessary. So since you have come in response to the invitation of the Commission, and you have rightly said you have respect for this body, we can only say, if you submit that document to us, we'll receive it. But there shouldn't be any precondition to your appearance and presentation of whatever you have to say to the Commission. If you hold that precondition, it means that you are not prepared for today's hearings, and we may just close it down and you go your way. If you have a document to be presented to us, we will receive it as you have presented to the hearing officer. I will direct that he brings it now and give it to the commissioners. And I think the response I have given is sufficient to answer the question of ethnicity. If you still feel strongly that you don't want to talk to the commission because a crown person is not seated here, I think it would be unfortunate, and then we'll have to close down.
Inquiry? Inquiry?
Yes, please.
My inquiry to you, Mr. Chairman, is you are saying from your own act that regional balance, okay? Your regional balance that you're talking about, you have Honorable
Excuse me, sir. Excuse me, sir.
I think I have the floor.
Yes, you do. But I just wanted to say, let's not reduce this into an argument.
I'm not. I have the floor. I need to be protected by you. So let me land, then you take the floor, Mr. Chairman.
Yeah, but what I'm saying...
And on the floor, Mr. Chairman, you said regional balance.
Just a minute. I didn't say there's an act.
From the southeast or from ground unit country. Let's leave track. Who is here from ground unit country?
Who is here from the southeast? This is what I'm saying. We are not here to defend the composition of the TRC. If you do, because we didn't do that, if you do a proper check, you will know that there are people represented here from the southeast. I'm not going to point them out. It was not my responsibility to select commissioners. I didn't select myself. We were selected based upon a process. We were cited to interviews. We sat the interviews, and finally, out of more than 189 persons, they selected the 8 or the 9 of us.
Thank you. Okay. Mr. Chairman, what I'd like for us to do, that's the same problem we got in this country. You sitting here today, we are talking about peace. And the peace, we should not want a peace that later on, your effort for it to be in vain. You remember that Richard Thomas, as well, Leonard man came here and raised the same issue? Richard Thomas raised it to you?
Very well, and we responded in similar manner as we are responding today.
And I just want to say that if you people feel that we could go ahead, honor the protest, I'll give you the protest, which I'll give to ECOWAS, everybody. Honor protest will go ahead to submit, to go ahead with our submission. But I want to tell you clearly that tomorrow, if you want to use this to indeed have crown people or other people that are key players in that jet, we vehemently want to resist that. We will reject it because we know that everybody in this country are against us for nothing because of greed and jealousy. So if you want us to go ahead only to satisfy your wish, and the document herein will not be looked into, I will give it to you, we'll go ahead with my submission. But I just want to rest clearly and use this video for the international community as well as I want to know that tomorrow, if there is anything that will be bounded, that you accept to be on the crown people or Nigerian or other people, we take serious exception. As I said, when you look at your nomenclature, you look at the element.
Just a minute.
When we talk about Nima, we know how many people from Nima. When you talk about geographical balance, we know how many people from the miracle that grows stock that's sitting here. We know those that are from Unity Party that are here.
Mr. Witness.
So we are saying we register this for the international community to know.
Mr.
That
Witness.
whatsoever that is there under the sleeve of this
Mr.
body,
Witness.
quote unquote the remotely control
Mr.
that is
Witness.
there. We want to tell you that we are aware.
Mr. Witness.
Thank you, yeah.
Let me just say, okay, the choice is yours at this moment to make your presentation or not. All that I said is that you have a document.
Mr. Vodia, Chairman, the choice is mine. I have the right to walk away. If you feel that you will use the TRC that we created to use it as a springboard, launching pad to intimidate us,
but this
I can leave.
Nothing
Nothing you can do.
No, we
are
just
telling you that I have a genuine protest.
We understand what you are saying.
We receive the protest and we discuss it, then we move ahead.
No.
But if you want to say move it,
no.
We know already that
you have just presented. You have just presented your protest. Like I said, the hearing officer will give it to commissioners. Okay? And your protest is not a subject, your protest is not the subject of our being here. And we cannot go into it because I've been shaken.
If you feel that way, you won't talk to me?
Honorable Dua?
Yeah. Can my cousin talk to me? You want to say something?
Listen to me. I think first, we want to thank you for taking off your time to come before the commission. This tends to suggest that you have respect for the commission. And we want to also thank you for not keeping anything in your mind. Expressing your reservation and put it into writing to give it to us. But I want you to answer a few questions for me. If a man and a woman enter into relationship without marrying,
man and woman?
Yeah. Without marrying.
They got plenty of people in Liberia that are not married.
Where? And the child is born. And the child is born.
Yeah.
Who will take the blame for bastardage?
Who will take the blame?
Yeah.
If the woman and the man
Yeah.
enter the relationship
Yeah.
without marriage,
Yeah.
who will take the blame?
Yeah.
For the both the
For the
male
child
and
being a bastard.
and they came to you mean and they have a child.
Yeah.
Firstly, the issue like the question, the both of them.
The father and the mother.
And the mother.
They are responsible.
Yeah.
Now, if someone do you something,
Yeah.
and instead of you jumped on that person, you jump on the saddle, how people look at you to be?
Come back.
If I do something to you,
Yeah.
and I'm standing,
Uh-huh.
instead of coming to me directly, you jump on my shadow, on my picture on the ground.
Yeah.
How people will look at you?
That question, the issue for which I brought this, that you people are the one that's sitting.
No, I'm saying this.
So I don't know your shadow. Why it got to do with what we are saying?
Okay. Now, if you answer the question, I will tell you what I'm.
No, I don't know
to say.
that question. You answer yourself.
All right. You said in your testimony,
Yeah.
in your presentation of the protest, that you are one of the freemen of the Accra Peace Accord.
Granted.
It is this peace accord
Yeah.
that envisage the necessary need of establishing TRC.
Yeah.
You were Speaker of the Honorable House of Representatives
Yeah.
when the act of the TRC was passed into law.
No point of correction.
Yeah.
Before it passed into law,
Yeah.
I was not there.
You were no longer Speaker.
No, I was not
Okay.
there. I was suspended when that happened.
But you were state member.
No, I didn't. I decided not to go back as member. I said I was not taking because what happened was kangaroo.
Okay.
And there was no due process. I was not there.
Okay.
In view of the question you asked just now, that you're talking about, if we have the means and the ability, that what I say I wrote, Excellency, I have not gotten any redress after your appointment. And also, I am using this medium to bring this protest so that the Liberian people will know. If we give it to you, you know, the first thing that what I like, maybe when you are young and you are head of the group, then the way you look at it. If if I have it and kept it, and start putting people in the street, people start demonstrating, or graduates start demonstrating without being represented, they will say we are confucionists. It is good to bring it to you. It is your responsibility to take our protest to whatsoever, respond to us, we are receiving. Either you research, you not research, and say, hey, this issue is XYZ, but for the sake of so. But you are telling me, you bring it, if this is not a so of that, then you have to so. So that means that whatsoever what I said, automatically, you people, it was calculated, wrongfully claimed to have whatsoever you wanted to execute. Because we are saying our interest, because we said regional balance. We did not even say the tenure to say from 1979 to 2003. We never. What we wanted was to start from 1822. The thing that happened to our people in this country up to 1980 that led to the coup, it was not just the coup, the rest was very insignificant. When our brother and sister our sisters that were raised taxes and what have you, people were sent to Fananipo, sexually people were abused by 3-week party and what have you. Why should we sit down and say it should start? So we never even agreed to that 1979 to 2003. We also protest that. Go ahead.
Okay. So what I try to say is that we are an offspring of the Accra Peace Accord, excuse me, and that of the act that put in place the TRC. And It was done as far back as 2005. It was never Ellen Johnson Sirleaf that appointed us as commissioners. She came into office and met us already appointed. Now, you as a legislature, you as a politician, you as an influential person, the opportunity existed at the time the act was passed into law and printed into handbill for you to raise the issue to the legislature that created it. And also for you to file a motion or a letter to Charles Bryant when he was chairman of the transitional government. We have been seated up to this time. Now you are raising the issue with us. But I'm happy that you have said if we accept your document and say that you should give your statement, you will do so. I will advise you as your senior person to do so, because the matter you are present here, we feel is in good faith. And your presence here avails you the opportunity of making certain clarification that many people used to say you were a member of AFL, you were recruited and you were a soldier. Now you have made that clarification that no, you were never.
But point of inquiry.
Yeah.
As we now speaking today, do you have on the next radio station carrying it, or we are doing it in camera?
No. When you talk about in camera, we can't come to public like this. It's not in camera.
Means, okay, if it is not live, is it live?
If it were in camera, we'll be to our office.
Oh man, camera, you can go in section, and you feel that you should not go out with press and you discuss in executive. So if this executive says camera,
yeah, this is a public hearing.
Public hearing, yeah. Is it live or not?
Mr. Witness, is that part of? Is that part of why? I don't understand where that comes from.
Where that coming from? I feel that every other witnesses that came here event live, and I want to know if it is live or if it is not live. I want to know, and if they're not, then why? I feel that you are giving them that the same segregation.
Mr. Witness, I beg your indulgence.
But then I think that the whole thing, if you say I should leave,
Mr. Witness, no, we didn't. Mr. Witness, no. No, we're not saying you should leave.
Let me be frank with you.
Mr. Witness.
Mr. Honorable Chairman, I'm on the floor.
Just a minute, yes, just a minute, please. Just a minute, please. Let's handle issue by issue. The first issue, no, listen. If you get to the point where you are prepared to testify despite your protest, and then you make an inquiry as to whether it is live or not, that is a different issue. But where we are now, you presented a protest, and you say you want a crown person here before you testify. And I was saying, well, we don't have control over that. We cannot question our own constitution, and so we cannot guarantee you that this body will find a crown person to sit here before you make your testimony. Okay? But however, this is where we are. You have presented the documents. We receive the documents. We instruct the hearing officer to bring the documents. We'll receive it, and we should proceed. That was our advice to you.
Thank you. After you were, Mr. Chairman, after speaking, I believe your well-learned colleague took the floor, and he made some parable. And after the parable, he said something, and I said clearly, in fact, and I'm going to tell you, Mr. Chairman, the one person I felt on had that God, not him. If I want to tell you this, I tell you. If I don't want to, I don't tell you it. If I don't want to sit there, I pack my statue and leave. I have come for the Liberian people to know what I stand for. Allegations that were made against me to redeem my character over radio. And I came and asked you a question, which I call constitutionally I'm entitled to, and I cannot apologize of telling you what I said on my protest, I'm entitled to that. Am I right? Constitutional right?
When I ask you to apologize for
and
that.
I give it to you, a life for you to accept it or you leave it. And what I said is to me, to inform you that 4 tribes are the key players in the Civil War. The American Liberian / plantation slaves and their children, the Mandingos, the Guiomana and the Crown. Put it in your own shoe. Let it be a pastor or Bazolan sitting down with all these processes. And tomorrow you're talking about 3 representatives. And your interest is not protected. You will come here and start clapping and dancing because it's a theater before the commission. I have the right to tell you how I feel. So you have the right to equally tell me how we proceed. And I've been a speaker. I know how to conduct proceedings. If somebody has a or protest or reservation, runs in, receive it, I don't note it, or what you do? I don't resolve, whatsoever and come back and say, no, we got it, or we'll send it to the committee room, we'll do that. But you say, you now and go so. You are not here because you chairman to tell me what to do. I have a protest. Let us dispose of it. You were talking. Dispose of it, fine. Let us move forward. Take it. He brings it to you. You receive it. We come from there oneness. So that whatsoever we want to do, whether we get in no business, we don't get in no business, you are making short business law.
Okay.
But now I think we are finished with that.
Okay.
I think. Sit down, say what do I yes? Receive it. Thank you. With this, we feel that XYZ, we did not appoint ourselves, but say you have CC campaign to go to so people, we will get together as committee member of commission to make sure to see how best we show. And therefore, say you are here. If I don't respect you, I'll come. If I don't create you, I'm one of the framework.
That is sufficient. We understand.
Proud to come before you.
Let's make long matters short now.
But I expect you to tell me, as a gentleman, to respond to me too, so that we can proceed. So the issue is that the next issue is, if I will be here to have a discussion,
just a minute.
With not being live, these are some of the things. So you take it and let's see what we can do. We have still time. We have to move.
Mr. Hearing Officer, please bring a document.